Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Angie. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to join our family. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make a media kit and a rate card and what they are. So if you guys are interested, keep on watching. So for my newer influencers and content creators who are trying to figure everything out and get the ropes of how everything works, it's very, very important that you have either a media kit or a rate card. Now, some people are like, I know what this is, I don't know how to make one. Some people don't know what it is at all. So if you don't have any idea of what a media kit and or rate card is, this is essentially what you would use. It could be a PDF document, a Word document, however you want to make it, but it is usually a 1 to 2 page document that shows brands what your rates are, what kind of content you create, and what your audiences are like. So just to give you guys an example, this is what mine looks like. Now, a media kit or rate card is something that you should always have on hand, whether you're pitching to brands or brands are reaching out to you. This is something you always want to present to them. It shows you how much you're really worth. It shows them whether or not their brand will align with your audiences. It shows them what your engagement is like. It shows them other brands you've worked with. It gives them a glimpse of what your content already looks like. Now, for this, if you don't have a lot of brands that you've already worked with, it's okay. Yours obviously is going to look a little different from mine because I've obviously been in this business for about 5 or 6 years now, but it's very, very important to have this, and it's definitely something you can reference back every time you either have some notable achievement, you work with a really huge brand, or you just get a better following or better engagement. It's a sign for you to raise those rates. I save all my old media kits to see how I've grown over the years and how I've improved, so I know it's time to raise my rates up. Now, these are very, very easy to make. You can tailor them to your own style or use a standard one that you might find inspiration from, like on Pinterest or maybe my own, but I'm going to show you how to make one on Canva. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Canva, Canva is an absolutely incredible tool for any type of creative or even entrepreneurs and businesses. I use it for my small business as well as for my content creation side, but it's a really awesome tool that I think everybody should create an account and use. Now, Canva does have some pro features, and I do recommend getting the pro features because, first of all, it's not really something that I would consider to be expensive because it really kind of pays for itself after a while, especially if you're constantly trying to do cool edits or video edits or things like that, or maybe you make flyers or posters or any type of graphic design. Canva has all the resources. Like, there's almost no need for graphic designers, and it's funny that I'm saying this because my previous job I was actually a graphic designer, but Canva blows all that out of the water. You don't need to have the same graphic design experience with the help of Canva. Now, a media kit is different from a rate card because a media kit is actually going to show more of what your audiences are and, you know, the other kinds of content you might want to show, like you guys saw in my media kit. A rate card is simply just your rates. Now, I recommend if you do have media to show that obviously you would have an actual media kit and not just a rate card, but if you do just work for brands, then you might just have a rate card, but it's obviously up to you which one you would have. But without further ado, let's get right into how to make one and things you'd want to have in your media kit and or rate card.
Okay, so Canva has a ton of templates, but for this I'm just going to use the standard 8.5 by 11, and we're going to work off the food and drink templates because I like those because they're really, really clean and easy to transform. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear out the current one that I have so we can start from scratch. You guys can see how it's done. So first I'm going to start by adding my account name here. You can add your personal name or your account name or your brand name, whatever you want to use. Think of it kind of like a resume. You want to make sure that your name, how you want to be addressed, is a very large and prominent thing on your media kit. Again, going with the resume theme here, you want to make sure you put your title or what it is that you do. So I'm a content creator and an influencer. I prefer to use both titles because I'm not always influencing. Sometimes I'm just making content. And be sure to put your preferred method of contact, whether it's your email or phone number, and your website if you have one. Now for the media kit, personally, I recommend having examples of your content if you have static images. So we're going to go ahead and delete out all this text so we can add in some examples of our media. Be sure to choose high quality imagery that represents best what you can do as a creator. If you're a travel creator, show travel content. If you're a food creator, food content, etc., etc. And for people who mostly make video content, remember that this is a document that is often emailed, so you can embed and include links as you need to. And remember that this document represents who you are as a creator and influencer, so it doesn't have to be boring and uniform. You can make it as fun and as exciting as you are as a person. Now, personally, on the first page of my media kit, I like to show the kind of content that I like to create: fashion, beauty, lifestyle, anime, etc. but it's really up to you. If you don't have as many different kinds of content that you create, then you can add more content on the first page. It's really however you want to set it up. But for me, I have quite a few different things that I create, so my list might be longer than yours. And for the people who are going to say you can only like really be one kind of content creator, I don't really think that's true. I think if you can prove to brands and corporations that your audience likes the kind of stuff that you post no matter what it is, they're still going to want to work with you no matter what. Okay, so now moving on to the second page, I'm going to retype my name in again, but I'm going to remove content creator, influencer, and my contact information because that's already on the first page, and we can use the space for when we include our audience and insight information. Now, to get your audience and insight information from platforms like TikTok, Instagram, etc., oftentimes you are going to need a different account than the standard. So this might be a business account, a pro account, or whatever it is. They're always free. So if you don't have one of those, you're going to want to go ahead and switch over to those so you can get that data. Now, with the audience information, you don't need to be overly specific. Brands want to know how many followers you have. They want to know the percentage male and female. Oftentimes they would like to know where most of your followers are located, and they want to know the age groups as well. And if you are like me and you influence or content create for different platforms, don't stress out if your audience information is radically different for each platform. This is something you could definitely leverage. If you have more male followers on one platform, or older followers on one platform, or younger followers on one platform, there are going to be different brands that are going to want to work with you on each. So it's all more money for you in the end. Next, we're going to move on to the rates. Now, the rate information I can't be very hands-on with because everybody is different. Your audience is different. The kind of content create and how you create your content is all going to influence how much you charge. But for this, you just want to make sure you list all your services and your prices. I highly recommend making your price more than what you actually want to receive because brands 9 out of 10 times will try to negotiate you down. So if you put a higher price, you're more likely to get your ideal price because they don't know that you're actually overcharging. For your rates, you want to list all the services that you have available. For example, if you don't promote on your Instagram stories, don't put down Instagram stories because brands are going to want to try to pay you for that. And if you don't do it, it's kind of wasting everybody's time. So only list the services that you really do. I don't really do Instagram TV, so I've pretty much taken those off. But like I said, list all the services that you actually want to do for brands. Now, really quickly, if you're just creating a rate card and not a media kit, you only need to pay attention to the second page and not so much the first, but make sure you include your contact information if you didn't already. Next thing I want to stress that you should definitely have on your media kit and a rate card are the 4 things I'm typing in right now. These are add-ons that grant brands access to your content or you as a creator. They can help you make more money in the long run, and a lot of times brands will try to get these from you without paying additionally. So it's good to include them in your rate card or media kit. Now, exclusivity, perpetuity, whitelisting, and usage rights are pretty uniform and not as radical as rates can be. So you can go back earlier in the video when I showed you guys my media kit and use my numbers, or you can grab some off the web. It's pretty standard unless you have a huge following. Now, if you're just starting out, I understand everybody's not going to have this section, but if you have worked with other brands before, I think it's very, very helpful to list them just to show other brands that you have collaborated with other brands, and then you know what it's like to create content for brands. Now, this is just pretty much the bones of a media kit or a rate card. Anything else you want to add, you can add more images, you can add social icons like you see I have over here on the left-hand side. You can add an about me, whatever you want to do to personalize it and make it more yours and make it more fun and exciting and help you stand out more. It is essentially a resume for content creators and influencers. And like I said, this is an email document. So if you feel the need to hyperlink or embed links, definitely do that. Whatever makes it easier for brands to see your content and see who you are as a creator. And for my visual people, if you're just looking to create a rate card, it would look something like this, where it just shows who you are, your contact information, your audience information, and your rates, and maybe a couple examples of your content if applicable.
And that's it. I hope you guys found this helpful. As always, if you have comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to put them down in the comment box down below and I'll reach out to you. Any other information will be down in the description box. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.